taken on a ship, taken as a slave. You said we were the ones who were depraved, but it was you took us on the good ship, Jesus, which you told me was my Savior. But my Savior is Yahushua HaMashiach, the one who died for me. Didn't want us to find out who we are. Didn't want us to know who we are. You didn't want us to see who we are. That we are the chosen ones. You didn't want us to find out who we are. You didn't want us to know who we are. You didn't want us to see who we are. So you lied to us. Took our name from us, stole our identity, stole our language. You didn't want us to write or read. Now our eyes are wide open and we can see. Shot us, killed us, raped us, robbed us, sold us into slavery, threw us into the Atlantic, left us for dead, drug us behind the horses and flogged us, even raped our men. Breaking sex bombed, lynched us and forced us to breastfeed your babies, not to mention the devil's punch bowl, which you tried to erase from history. Everything we learned, we must unlearn, for the truth will set you free. Come on out of the slave mentality. We are not a religion, but a nation. Royal priesthood, God's special possession that you may declare the praises of Him who brought you out of darkness into His marvelous light. You didn't want us to find out who we are. You didn't want us to know who we are. You didn't want us to see who we are. That we are the chosen ones. You didn't want us to find out who we are. You didn't want us to know who we are. You didn't want us to see who we are. That we are the chosen
All right, fam. Shalom. Without further ado, I'm finna start hitting hard. Glad y'all can make it. We on right now. I'm streaming on Rumble, Patreon, and my Twitter, and right here on YouTube. All right, let me start hitting. Shalom, Sister Brenda Hill, and everybody else. Come out the gate. All right, now. I downloaded it this morning, but nevertheless. All right, here we go, family. Y'all listen up. Let me introduce y'all to SLAVEbraham LINKing.
Let's talk about Abraham Lincoln, the one through the 13th Amendment, the 14th and the 15th, but the 13th Amendment, that he freed the slaves, that all our hard and bad days was over. We moving forward. We finna move into the promised land because good old Abe, he came by, seen our atrocities, and had compassion on us, and began to write the 13th Amendment that freed all of us. So we must honor him, respect him, and even more in our mentality to give him his own day. Put him on a Black History list. Now, let's really look at what Abraham Lincoln really thought of people of color and what his thinking was concerning the Emancipation Proclamation, the 13th Amendment. Let's look into the things that he spoke of himself.
Abraham Lincoln, named the great emancipator and champion of the Constitution by government school textbooks, was more concerned with exercising federal control over sovereign states than he was in freeing the Negro from the shackles of slavery. He himself made this clear in no uncertain terms. On March 4th, 1861, Lincoln clarified his position on slavery in his first inaugural address on the east portico of the Capitol building. Quote, "I have no purpose, directly or indirectly, to interfere with the institution of slavery in the states where it exists. I believe I have no lawful right to do so, and I have no inclination to do so." While America's children continue to be brainwashed into believing that Lincoln was the savior of the Black man, the congressman from Illinois tells a different tale in his fourth debate with Stephen Douglas at Charleston, Illinois on September 18, 1858. Quote, "I will say then that I am not, nor ever have been, in favor of bringing about in any way the social and political equality of the white and Black races. I am not now, nor ever have been, in favor of making voters or jurors of Negroes, nor of qualifying them to hold office, nor to intermarry with white people. And I will say in addition to this that there is a physical difference between the white and Black races, which I believe will forever forbid the two races living together on terms of social and political equality. And inasmuch as they cannot so live, while they do remain together, there must be the position of superior and inferior. And I, as much as any other man, am in favor of having the superior position assigned to the white race." The long list of Lincoln's recorded remarks, which would readily and fervently be condemned as racist hate speech today, includes his views on the expansion of slavery. Lincoln wrote, quote, "There is a natural disgust in the minds of nearly all white people to the idea of indiscriminate amalgamation, that is, mixture of the white and Black races. A separation of the races is the only perfect preventative of amalgamation. But as an immediate separation is impossible, the next best thing is to keep them apart where they're not already together. If white and Black people never get together in Kansas, they will never mix blood in Kansas." On equality, Lincoln said, quote, "I have no purpose to introduce political and social equality between the white and Black races. There's physical difference between the two, which, in my opinion, will probably forever forbid their living together upon the footing of perfect equality. And inasmuch as it becomes a necessity that there must be a difference, I, as well as Judge Douglas, am in favor of the race to which I belong having the superior position." End quote. On interracial marriage, Lincoln said, "Our Republican system was meant for a homogenous people. As long as Blacks continue to live with the whites, they constitute a threat to the national life. Family life may also collapse, and the increase of mixed breed bastards may someday challenge the supremacy of the white man." End quote. Ironically, rather than freeing slaves, Lincoln, through the Enrollment Act, which conscripted men between the ages of 20 and 45 to be, quote, "liable to perform military duty in the service of the United States," created a slave class to be used as enforcers of the federal will. Though many erroneously believe that the Civil War was fought primarily over the issue of slavery, that notion is undermined by the well-publicized letter written to the New York Tribune's editor Horace Greeley on August 22, 1862, during the heart of the actual battle. In it, Lincoln himself reveals his real reason for initiating the conflict when he wrote, quote, "If I could save the Union without freeing any slave, I would do it. And if I could save it by freeing all the slaves, I would do it. And if I could save it by freeing some and leaving others alone, I would also do that. What I do about slavery and the colored race, I do because I believe it helps to save the Union, end quote. His focus was and had always been on saving or strengthening the Union and therefore the power of the federal government, not on extending a hand to lift the black man from the plight of his slavery.
So we're able to see that good old Abe wasn't always good old Abe. Was able to see that his main focus was not the compassion that he was supposed to have on us as a people because of slavery, but his main focus was saving the Union. Because just as he said, if he could have saved the Union by leaving slavery as an institution, he would have done that. If he could have saved the Union by freeing every slave, he would have done that. If he could have saved the Union by freeing some slaves and making some slaves still participate in chattel slavery, he would have done that. He said the things that I allow or disallow is based on the saving of the Union, not the compassion for the slaves. So we're able to see where his mindset was, right? So let's look at another little part, because I said the number one.
Okay. Notice how he was going. He wanted to help fight his wars, though. I just want to get your mindset. These lies got to die. These lies gonna die. All right. I didn't even have to think hard for this title. I didn't even have to think hard. I was watching last week, Abraham Lincoln, the Vampire Slayer, how they just make him just this white savior. And I just heard SLAVEbraham LINKing, and guess what? Here I am about a week later, introducing y'all to SLAVEbraham LINKing. All right, now, right after black folks got through helping stinking Lincoln win the Civil War, he showed his appreciation by putting us in concentration camps. See, that their behavior toward us is consistent. Here we go. All right, let me share that link because I be done forgot. Let me share that link to the video. This video was, I think they hid the video, but I downloaded it on my computer. But this brother here, I'm glad he uploaded it. Ain't too many people saw it. It ain't got that many views. But let me drop this in the chat. Let me drop it in the chat before I forget. All right, hold on. Yeah, I downloaded. I tried to download it this morning. I'm gonna upload it on Patreon and Rumble and the other platforms. All right. Let me get back to the video. Y'all know what the Devil Punch Bowl is. And you ain't gonna hear nothing about no punishment for putting us in concentration camps. I hit y'all with that first video to show you his mindset. We mean nothing. See, we means nothing to him. They gonna quit lying to us. See, these devils want to erase our history. And they shouldn't be telling it no way, because all they do is lie and leave out stuff. All right. Let's see what else I got. I'll come back to that. Let me see what is. Oh yeah, I'll come back to that. Yeah. Let me see if this streaming. Let me see is it streaming. Check the chat. Let me check the chat. Ain't nobody chatting. Okay. It's all right. It went kind of fast. Shalom, Mikael. Shalom. I got some more on SLAVEbraham. I ain't through with SLAVEbraham just quite yet. And then we're going to be linking all this to modern day slaves. I got some more on SLAVEbraham. I ain't through with SLAVEbraham. All right. All right. Yeah, let me share them links that you shared. Hold on. There's two of them in particular I want to share. All this is slave. They treating us like slave because that's why. They think we slave. They think we are less than. But nevertheless, here goes.
Do you have any anti-Semitic beliefs? Again, I'm going to repeat. I don't know how the label becomes justified because
y'all read the definition of Shemite. It's it's under African. That means they came later and we are the original. Peep that definition down now.
Do you have any anti-Semitic beliefs? Again, I'm going to repeat. I don't know how the label becomes justified because you guys ask me the same questions over and over again. But this is not going to turn into a spin around cycle of questions upon questions. I told you guys how I felt. I respect all walks of life and embrace all walks of life. That's where I sit. I think what people want to hear, though, is just a yes or no on that question. Yes or no. I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from. I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
Semitic himself. So how you gonna be anti yourself? Yeah, it's a public lynching. Yeah, I got a Toby whooping video coming up. Brother Sly, I got a Toby whooping where you forget all about yourself and become whoever and do whatever they say you gonna do because you're a slave.
Lincoln was insensitive. Insensitive to what? To the mind of a slave. You know what Lincoln told us? He said, you all suffer from being here, and we suffer from your presence. He said, and as long as you are here, there's always going to be the position of inferior and superior. And I, as much as any white man, want the superior position to be assigned to the white race. That was 130 years ago. How you doing? Are you better off today than you were 130 years ago? Cadillac driving, Mercedes-Benz driving, alligator shoe wearing, lizard bag toting, Gucci bag wearing, Saks Fifth Avenue wearing, slave. Look at you. You're no better off today. Worse off, brother and sister. Worse off. You got a little money, you look good. But Abraham Lincoln was right. The position is still superior white, inferior black. And according to the State of Black America report by the Urban League, it will take 140 some years to close the gap if we started today earnestly. And in one category, I think it was parity in terms of economics. They said, you will never close that gap. Now, never is a long time. Listen to the word. You will never close that gap. Look at these young girls that are here In 5, 6, 7, 8 years, they'll be married, having children, but their children have been designated that they will never come up out of this condition. These are young men. Never will there be anything. How in the hell can we accept never from the mouth of a white man when God says, up, you can accomplish whatever you will.
All right. Appreciate that, Mikael. Let me get now. Let me see where I'm going to go now. Let me see here. Now, look. That's why I call it linking. I'm linking all this to slavery. Look. A darn shackle. They want to act like they dumb. How you going to claim to be the high IQ, the most intelligence, the civilizer, and dumb at the same time? That sounds like schizophrenia. When you're convenient, you got mental illness. I say you're mental illness all the time. You go around killing everybody, raping, and then deny what you're doing. I say you that's your true nature, mental illness. You love to kill, steal, and destroy. You love to lie. It's not that mental illness. If you love to live a lie, you are living in a false reality, a reality that does not exist. And a simple act is telling the truth shows the mirror, shows you your true self. Look, don't nobody ever have nobody else have to go through this. Y'all know what that is. Darn slave shackle. American Eagle was selling slave shackle bracelet that people think look like slaves. That's what it is. Let me show y'all an old slave shackle. How about that? If y'all pay attention to that thumbnail, that G in Lincoln is a slave shackle. In that thumbnail, look, but these folks, all of a sudden, they done got brand new. They done got brand new all of a sudden. Told y'all, if their lips is moving, look for the lies. Listen for the lies. If they control the television set, look and listen for the lies. If they read the Bible, look and listen for the lies. If it's coming across your phone, look and listen for the lies. Here we go. All right. Let me see. Where was I at? Right here? No. Right here. Okay. You got the American Eagle. There you go. They playing dumb now. They playing dumb. But anyway, now let's go on to Adidas. Some doggone Nazis, by the way. Look. Some slave shackles. That's why you got these black men being lynched in public out here on television. You got the kowtow and bow down. Because they in your pockets. Okay, let me show y'all this video right quick. Before something happened to it.
When this model walked down the runway in Gucci's 2018 fall-winter show, there was no major uproar. In fact, this turtleneck was being sold for nearly a year. But it's not just a simple turtleneck. There's something more sinister in the image that this turtleneck portrays, even if the creators weren't aware, as they claim. There have been countless examples of big fashion brands being accused of racism. Gucci is being accused of profiting from blackface. Moncler released a line that some say resembles the harmful Sambo stereotype. Katy Perry released shoes that resemble blackface. Prada produced this black monkey with exaggerated red lips. And these are just some of the examples. The offending items are usually removed from stores after the brands.
Did y'all see that? Y'all see that noose? Did y'all see that noose? Maybe make that smaller. Maybe y'all can see better. Did y'all see that noose?
Are usually removed from.
Look.
Just some of the examples.
Look. Now some of y'all slipping on that, ain't you?
Red lips. And these are just some of the examples. The offending items are usually removed from stores after the brands face backlash from consumers. But it begs the question, why exactly are these items racist? Sambo was a term used to describe black people during slavery. In 1899, a children's book, The Story of Little Black Sambo, helped solidify the derogatory caricature of dark-skinned children. The resemblance of some of high fashion's hot items is striking. And this image didn't stop with the drawings. White actors would paint their faces black and leave large outlines around the mouth to imitate having full lips. This is how blackface was born. In the 1800s, blackface was heavily prominent in the form of minstrel shows. To be clear, this was not a form of flattery. It was very clearly done to mock black culture and to portray black people as inferior or unintellectual. Minstrel shows shaped the nation's views on race and reinforced white superiority well after the abolition of slavery. Although the blackface minstrel shows gradually disappeared, this form of entertainment had a major influence over vaudeville, radio, television, motion picture, and world music industries of the 20th.
Now, who owns the video, the motion picture industry? Who owns that stuff? The same one hollering file. Who owns all that stuff?
And 21st centuries. And reports of politicians and college students dressing up in blackface are a regular part of the news. Dark skin, wide noses, and full lips are things that the Black American community has struggled with for years because these features were deemed unwanted by the larger white society. And there's been a decades-long process of reclaiming and celebrating those features. So it's no wonder that these images still cause so much pain for the Black community to this day. And blackface doesn't just stop at being a harmful form of artistic expression. It fed into a larger ideology of white supremacy, an ideology alive and well today, and an ideology that has real and lasting effects. Because of white supremacy, a Black American is likely to get a 20% longer sentence for the same offense as a white American. Black homeownership rates are way behind white homeownership rates, and Black poverty rates are also much higher than white poverty rates. So let's take a look at the turtleneck in question. We can begin to see why it would be so hurtful to so many people. The item in question was trending online with tons of people expressing their disgust.
The initial spark of anger that you get from the public is obviously the most prominent piece of this, but people remember things that brands have done in the past. If you look at the most recent examples of offensive fashion, whenever a new one comes up, everyone refers to all the previous ones that had happened before.
Gucci CEO Marco Bizzotti said in a statement, "We are coming from a different culture. We are Italian. We don't know all the cultural differences." Gucci said they'll take full responsibility in a statement apologizing for the offense. But the claim that they don't know feels kind of like a cop-out. Gucci has a plethora of people making decisions. How did not one of those people flag the sweater as potentially offensive? Gucci has announced a full program of scholarships that will facilitate an increase of different communities, elevate voices of an American perspective where not all the members are Black. For the fall winter.
Okay, I'm not trying to do a promotion of Frucci. I'm not trying to do a promotion. Look at all these blackface in different countries. It ain't supposed to do nothing. Around the world, let's see what we get. But he said he Italian, but he don't know. Yeah, right. That man have been all over the earth. Look at this. Baltazar. That's what y'all might as well, you heathens, y'all might as well get ready when them crowds part, you gonna see a black face. See, here go your Satan clause, and that's his elf. Y'all know white folks are lazy. That's his slave. Zwarte Pete. See, Yeah. Yeah, y'all gonna hate to see the blackface when they part them clouds. Just read your Bible. Might as well put that Bible down. Look, this is a code word for Hebrew. Some of our people were Moors. They practice that Islamic religion. I don't even know what some of these countries at. I don't know where this country at. Wales, okay. Okay. I don't know where that's at. I'm learning something now. This is in the, look, so there's some Arabs. Where is it at? Did I see Middle East somewhere? Iran. See, that go them Arabs. See, they still doing slavery over there. Y'all look at some of them videos of them Kenyan women going over there and they can't leave. Let me see, can I type if I don't forget? Britannia. Look, they just look. No, it's time. That's why I don't care nothing about their darn feelings. Don't care nothing about their feelings. Do I hate white folks? No, this is us. I can't stop you from listening. And I try to keep my speech in tune with the word. But you come over here, you're gonna get heaping helps of Hebrew and Mo Hebrew and Mo Hebrew. I use the word black because some of us think, because some of our people think we Kemet and other nationalities. That's why I use the word. I know who I am. You come over here, this is the black space. This ain't for white feelings. And I still don't go in all the way. I could go in even harder. Care nothing about y'all. I don't hate you, but I'm worried about my folks. Mashiach, I am not sent but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. South Africa. I don't know what's going on here. It looks like a black child. But I don't know what's going on here. Let me read this. Cars Klops is an annual South African festival. A minstrel show features people in blackface. Racism. So I'm guessing these white folks. Look at here. They even got blackface in China. Is this Chinese? What is it? Yeah. J-pop, this Asian type stuff here. Japan trends. That's all right. The Bible said they're gonna do this stuff, so I'm all right. I'm all right. Well, let me get back to my videos. Let me see where I'm gonna go now. Let me close some of these links. I'm gonna get heaping helps of black folks. Oh yeah, I'll show y'all some of them tattoos on Kyrie. So this right here is pagan. I ain't gonna go through that, but I wanted to show y'all this here. That right there. That's paganism. He might not know. But see, when you see stuff like this, it should be a red flag. What is he really doing? But nevertheless, look at here. You can type that in. All you gotta do is pause and type that in, and it'll pop up. All right. Let me move on. Let me see here. Yeah, I'll play this.
And elimination, exploitation of Black America, and elimination of certain leaders in Black America. Y'all feeling me, brothers and sisters? We need to have a sit down with them because I'm trying to understand something. 3 questions, and I got 1 million questions for the untouchable leadership. I got 1 million questions for the untouchables, but let me just hit you with a few questions.
Y'all know who he's talking about when he said untouchables.
I have for the untouchables. This is just a few questions that I have for the untouchables. Question number 1. Abraham was an African. Abraham was an African. I believe he was born in Ur of Chaldea. He was an African. Moses, an African, educated in Kemet. They looked like me. Moses looked like me. Abraham looked like me. The 12 tribes, they look like me. When did the seed of Abraham? When did the seed of Abraham, brothers and sisters, I'm not being disrespectful, I'm being honest. One of the questions I must ask the untouchable, if the seed of Abraham look like me, when did the seed of Abraham cease to be African and start being Neanderthal? I need an answer to this, brothers and sisters. I need an answer to this, brothers and sisters. When did the seed of Abraham cease being Africoid and became Caucasoid? When did the seed of Abraham cease being Africoid and became Caucasoid?
When they started writing the books and erasing and lying. That's when.
When did the seed of Abraham cease being Africoid and became Caucasoid? I need an answer. I'm not being disrespectful. I respect all groups, all peoples, but you got to tell me how this became that. Help me understand. Help me understand. And then I also got to ask you, them slave ships that brought my ancestors over here, them slave ships that brought my ancestors over here, them slave ships that brought my ancestors over here, who financed which banks? Which banks? Which banks financed the building of the slave ships? Which banks provided the insurance for my ancestors' human cargo? I gotta ask the untouchables, because y'all want the whole world to remember what happened to you, and I don't have a problem with that. What happened over there was wrong. It was wrong. I don't care the color. I don't care the culture. It was wrong. Death to innocent people is always wrong. Black, blue, purple, green, brown, orange. Death to innocent people is wrong. But my question to the untouchables, did you or did you not invest in the slavery of my ancestors? Did you or did you not finance the slave ships? Did you or did you not provide the insurance for the lives of my ancestors? Is it not true that almost every bank you own in this country that was around back then participated in Mama Appa? Is it not true that the Secretary of War for the Confederacy, is it not true that the Secretary of War for the Confederacy, is it not true that the Secretary of War for the Confederacy was an untouchable? And was he not a slave owner? And did he not promote? Wasn't there hundreds of slave owning untouchables? Are you trying to tell me y'all didn't own our ancestors? Because we got the proof, brothers and sisters. Y'all didn't own us? Y'all had no part in owning us? Y'all didn't finance them slave ships? Y'all didn't insure the cargo? Oh, I thought not. Oh. You don't want to have that conversation. So not only do you own us now through athletics and entertainment, you owned us then. Not only are you exploiting us now through athletics and entertainment, you exploited us then. Not only do you control us now through athletics and entertainment, you controlled us then. How dare you? And you worrying about Kyrie's words? What are words? compared to deeds? What are words compared to deeds? What are words compared to deeds? You want to destroy Kanye for words? He didn't offer to hurt nobody. He didn't wish harm against you. You want to destroy Kyrie for words? He didn't wish harm against you. He didn't offer to hurt nobody. You want to destroy us for words, but what about your deeds? You want to stop us for words, but what about deeds? You want to shut us down for speaking our mind when you invested, profited, benefited from the enslavement of our people, and you got the audacity to make the world, the whole world, look at you like the eternal victims of the planet when your history is just as rotten, as decadent, as inhumane, as ungodly as any other branch of the European family. I wish Kanye and Kyrie would have came together, because if Kanye and Kyrie would have came together, I believe other athletes would have joined in. Other entertainers would have joined in. Kyrie and Kanye together.
Okay. I want y'all to see that. Even he promote Kemet, but see, he understand what's going on. He might not believe he might not believe we the Hebrew, but he understand what's going on. See what I'm saying? We got to get past the majoring and the minors. If he don't, if he don't want to accept this blessing, that's him. But he told her I didn't detect no lies. Okay, I went over there. Let me close that out. Okay, close that out. Let me see here. All right, now, yeah, Trump said some anti-Semitic stuff too. Let me, while I'm thinking about it. How many of y'all aware that Trump made some, and they ain't saying nothing to Trump? See, they ain't saying nothing. Let me see what Trump. I should have did more. Okay, here goes something. Trump vile anti-Semitic remark. Let me see.
Nice people at all, but you have to vote for them. And a lot of you are in the real estate business because I know you very well. You're brutal killers, not nice people at all, but you have to vote for them. You have no choice.
Now, do you see anything? You see how he just talking, how he talking?
You're brutal killers, not nice people.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying. Them folks the ones shut us out of owning homes. Them small hats. He ain't lying. He told the truth. I don't hate Trump, but I don't care for him. I mean, I don't care for him. And, they're not my cup of tea. I wouldn't, I don't vote like that. I don't vote for now one of them devils. But he telling the truth. The Most High can speak through a donkey, and he sure can speak through whoever he will. Listen to how he talking. You ain't heard. How many of y'all, now if y'all knew about this video, I just learned about it a couple of days ago. If y'all already knew about it, put a one in the chat. Oh, yeah, all of my enemies. I'm just agreeing with the truth, Brother Josiah. All of my enemies. For the simple fact they do nothing while we continuously get slaughtered. If anything, they add fuel to the fire. If y'all already knew about this right here, put a one in the chat. Because I just learned about it a couple of days ago. See, when did they put this out? I ain't seeing no numbers. I know it's a few second delay. I'm going to replay it. I ain't know nothing about it. 0. So you didn't know. Yeah. If you didn't know, put a 0 in the chat. I see 1. I ain't know nothing about it. I heard I think Sister Lisa said something about it, and then I looked for it and I done found it. Okay, y'all already knew it. I didn't know. I see a couple 1s, a couple 0s, So see how they burying this stuff. The Negroes is the slave. When I got a couple more videos. The Negroes is Toby. They master. Stop trying to separate this white supremacists. They just use them labels to camouflage. All of them is your enemy. The Bible said we was going to be in the land of our enemies. These folks ain't showed no movements of being our friends. Even your racist buddy at work. I see more zeros than I do ones. All right. These folks are, the Bible said we were going to be hated. We were going to be in the land of our enemies. So these folks are our enemies. All right. Point and blank.
You're brutal killers. Not nice people at all, but you have to vote for them. You have no choice. You're brutal killers. Not nice people at all, but you have to vote for them. You have no choice. You're not going to vote for Pocahontas, I can tell you that. You're not going to vote for the wealth tax. Yeah, let's take 100% of your wealth away. No. Even if you don't like me, some of you don't. Some of you I don't like at all, actually. And you're going to be my biggest supporters because you'll be out of business in about 15 minutes if they get it. So I don't have to spend a lot of time on that.
Look at that. I like that. He all up in their stuff. Hey, look. He all up in their, this is their stuff. See, that's what's wrong. Say what you're going to say. We don't need, what's the code? If you insulting me in a code or just straight out insulting me, what's the difference? See, that's that fraud and lies and deception. That's that forked tongue I be talking about. You talking about white supremacy, talking about white supremacy. What y'all doing to them folks y'all laying y'all occupying over there? That's white supremacy. Y'all training the police to come back over here and kill us. That's white supremacy. Y'all giving them weapons to come over here and use on us. That's white supremacy. I said, don't get confused at the labels. The caucasity of it all. That's right.
I think any Jewish people that vote for a Democrat, I think it shows either a total lack of knowledge or great disloyalty. In my opinion, the Democrats have gone very far away from Israel. I cannot understand how they could do that. They don't want to fund Israel. They want to take away foreign aid to Israel. They want to do a lot of bad things to Israel. In my opinion, you vote for a Democrat, you're being very disloyal to Jewish people, and you're being very...
He's not going to have to apologize because we the slave class, let them tell it. We the slave class. They got their money behind both of them. You follow that money, you got George Soros on one side of the wing, and you got other small hats on the other side. You know, the average white man is a little ignorant too. But I'm not fighting getting in white folks' business. That's them. They fight their own fights. Now, don't come over here trying to recruit us to fight with you. Now, I'm talking about we got to get these elitists. Now, y'all get them. We going to serve the Most High. The Most High said we going to do the getting. Y'all go on over yonder. Y'all go ahead. Y'all go over there and have your First World War all over again. Go ahead and have your Second World War all over again. Go ahead and have your Civil War all over again. You can count us out. All right. Now look at all this Negro got to do. Nets give Kyrie Irving 6 requirements to fulfill before he can return from suspension. Okay. I'm just gonna go script down to the list. This is CBS. All you gotta do is type that in. All right. When I want to find something on somebody else's video, what I generally do is pause and start typing. And it'll pop up unless they change something. Now all the time, sometimes they'll go in there and change stuff. All right. Look. Apologize and condemn the film. Why? What a lie is that? They talking about all this stuff. Why you can't point out nothing? Huh? Okay, make a $500,000 donation to anti-hate causes. Go find your nearest black person and give it to them. They're not gonna let that go though, because it's about controlling and dominating black men, black folks in general, but mostly black men. Complete sensitivity training, complete anti-Semitism training. Meet with ADL and Jewish leaders. Why? Nevertheless, that's them. Meet with team owner Joe Tsai, Asian guy, to demonstrate an understanding of the situation. He got to do some kowtowing. All right, let's get to this. Let's get to this whip. Let's get over here to this whip. Yeah, let's play this. This is what we're witnessing.
Anyone looks away takes a turn. Toby.
Now, all them black folks out there supposed to be us watching at home. Them buck break, them strong black burly men. All them black folks standing around supposed to be us sitting back watching.
I'm going to give you a chance to avoid this. Maybe Mr. Waller will let everyone enjoy this blessed day. I want you healthy, so you'll work hard. All you have to do is tell me your name.
I'm Kunta Kinte.
All right, what happened to our names? See, that documentary that they want Kyrie to condemn is going back and telling and exposing their lies. They're not saying anything to Jeff Bezos. They're not saying nothing to no white folks, because we are the designated slave class. We the one they got to keep ignorant. We the one they got to keep dumb. We the one they got to keep at the bottom. We are the one the Most High's weapons. You got to keep them weapons deactivated.
Son of a... Your name is Toby. Now tell me your name.
I'm Kunta Kinte.
That's not your name. Toby's your name. Now what is your name?
See. Kunta Kinte.
Now, Forrest Whitaker will be Charles Barkley and Shaq. I know he mean well. There go your Charles Barkley and your Shaq and everybody else that's piling on.
Kunta Kinte.
Toby's your name. Now I'll ask you again. Tell me your name. Say it! Say it! Say it! Toby!
Kunta Kinte.
Toby! It's Toby! Now say it! Toby! Damn you! Blood liquor bastard. You will not move from here till you say your name. Not if night falls or a new day comes. You will say Toby. Say it. Say it! Say it! Say it!
Tomorrow I hurt my boy.
Please. I'm here. No, Benta. I can't see.
Reason why this is real life. What y'all think war is? I know some of y'all might have to tune out. What y'all think coming down the pike? If we don't learn to stand up for ourselves, this stuff, this stuff coming back. I know some of y'all can't watch it. This is what it always been.
Our boy. I've looked for him everywhere. He isn't coming home. Dad! 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 Dad!
All right, I'm gonna listen to you women. I'm gonna listen to y'all. But y'all might well get your mind right. Somebody, what y'all think they did to Mashiach? What y'all think they did to the disciples? What y'all think y'all signing up for? All I'm saying is, don't underestimate what might be coming for me or anybody else. Don't underestimate it. All right? Okay.
Now, it's important not to just deal with everything that happened, but what's important to us here at Rebirth of the Nation is to understand the psychology behind slavery. Because the ball and chain of slavery have left us, but the psychology of slavery can still be self-refueling in the slave descendants' mind right now, still controlling them. So what I began to look at and what we began to study is the Willie Lynch letter. And this letter began to show us not some confusion out there that's saying if Willie Lynch ever really lived as a man, but that doesn't matter. The system that he set up, or the system that was set up, is living and still self-refueling up today. So now I always wonder how a few masters or overseers were able to control up to 100 slaves, up to 200 slaves. But when I began to realize the psychology behind the Willie Lynch letter, that helped me understand how they was able to control their mind and also make that control be self-refueling all the way up into 2017. We still are controlled by the things that are written in the Willie Lynch letter that has been imprinted in our heart, that we are self-refueling and carry out. So let's look at the psychology behind.
There's no need to apologize. I expect this from women, folks. And, it's hard for me to watch. Sometimes I have to take a break. But see, this is what the pastor don't tell us. Some of us might have to go through that. That's what they don't prepare us for the real war. The preachers don't teach that some of us might have to go through that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a little bit, I guess, dull. But I'm all right. But, I expected that, I know. I listen to y'all, so I understand. I listen.
The making of a slave and the Willie Lynch letter.
I'll take the affirmative. Take the meanest, most restless nigger. Strip him of his clothes in front of the remaining male niggers, female niggers, and nigger infants. Tar and feather him. Tie each leg to a horse facing in opposite direction, set him on fire, and beat both horses until they tear him apart. In front of the...
Now, did y'all see did y'all ever paid attention to the Levi jeans symbol? Levi jeans. Notice Levi is a ish name. Let's look at this. Let's look at it. They got two darn horses. They done removing stuff. All right. Look. Just a picture of a slave in between them two horses going opposite direction. Just look. The Negro right here, they whooping the horses in two directions, pulling a man apart. Yeah. Let me see. Right. Okay, right here. Let me run that back. Y'all listen. Listen, I want y'all to see that Levi jeans emblem. They mock us. That's what they didn't just start mocking us with the clothes. They've been doing it.
Once you're free labor, you get 50 acres.
Or overseers were able to control up to 100.
The difference is I shall have control of slaves.
But put the fear of God.
Now, important not to just deal with everything that happened, but what's important to us here at Rebirth of the Nation is to understand the
Yes, Sister Shanae, they call it brand. Think about it. Slave brand. Somebody else's name brand. When we was in captivity, they branded us with the master's name. Now we brand ourselves with these name brands.
Psychology behind slavery. Because the ball and chain of slavery have left us, but the psychology of slavery can still be self-refueling in the slave descendants' mind right now, still controlling them. So what I began to look at and what we began to study is the Willie Lynch letter. And this letter began to show us not some confusion out there that's saying if Willie Lynch ever really lived as a man, but that doesn't matter. The system that he set up, or the system that was set up, is living and still self-refueling up today. So now I always wonder how a few masters or overseers were able to control up to 100 slaves, up to 200 slaves. But when I began to realize the psychology behind the Willie Lynch letter, that helped me understand how they was able to control their mind and also make that control be self-refueling all the way up into 2017. We still are controlled by the things that are written in the Willie Lynch letter that has been imprinted in our heart, that we are self-refueling and carry out. So let's look at the psychology behind the making of a slave and the Willie Lynch letter.
I'll take the affirmative. Take the meanest.
Y'all listen closely.
Most restless nigger. Strip him of his clothes in front of the remaining male niggers, female niggers, and nigger infants. Tar and feather him. Tie each leg to a horse facing in opposite direction, set him on fire, and beat both horses until they tear him apart in front of the male, female, and nigger infants. Bullwhip and beat the remaining nigger males within an inch of their life. Do not kill them, but put the fear of God in them, for they can be useful for future breeding. Anybody know who Willie Lynch was? Anybody? Raise your hand. No one? He was a vicious slave owner in the West Indies. The slave masters in the colony of Virginia were having trouble controlling their slaves, so they sent for Mr. Lynch to teach them his methods. The word lynching came from his last name. His methods were very simple, but they were diabolical. Keep the slave physically strong, but psychologically weak and dependent on the slave master. Keep the body, take the mind. I and every other professor on this campus are here to help you to find, take back, and keep your righteous mind. Because obviously you have lost it.
The speech was delivered by Willie Lynch on the banks of the James River in the colony of Virginia in 1712. Lynch was a British slave owner in the West Indies. He was invited to the colony of Virginia in 1712 to teach his methods to slave owners there. The term lynching is derived from his last name. Greetings, gentlemen. I greet you here on the bank of the James River in the year of our Lord 1712. First, I shall thank you, the gentlemen of the colony of Virginia, for bringing me here. I'm here to help you solve some of your problems with slaves. Your invitation reached me on my modest plantation in the West Indies, where I have experimented with some of the newest and still the oldest methods for control of slaves. Ancient Rome would envy us if my program is implemented. As our boat sails south on the James River, named for our illustrious king, whose version of the Bible we cherish, I saw enough to know that your problem is not unique. While Rome used cords of wood as crosses for standing human bodies along its highways in great numbers, you are here using the tree and the rope on occasions. I caught the whiff of a dead slave hanging from a tree a couple miles back. And you're not only losing valuable stock by hangings, you are having uprisings, slaves are running away, your crops are sometimes left in the fields too long for maximum profit, you suffer occasional fires, your animals are killed. Gentlemen, you know what your problems are. I do not have to elaborate. I'm not here to enumerate your problems. I'm here to introduce you to a method of solving them. In my bag here, I have foolproof method for controlling your black slaves. I guarantee every one of you that if installed correctly, it will control the slaves for at least 400 years. My method is simple. Any member of your family or your overseer can use it. I have outlined a number of differences among the slaves, and I take these differences and I make them bigger. I use fear, distrust, and envy for control purposes. These methods have worked on my modest plantation in the West Indies, and it will work throughout the South. Take this simple little list of differences and think about them. On the top of my list is age, but it's there only because it starts with an A. The second is color or shade. There is intelligence, size, sex, sizes of plantations, status on plantations, attitude of owners, whether the slaves live in the valley, on the hill, east, west, north, south, have fine hair, coarse hair, or is tall or short. Now that you have a list of differences, I shall give you an outline of action. But before that, I shall assure you that distrust is stronger than trust, and envy stronger than adulation, respect, or admiration. The black slaves, after receiving this indoctrination, shall carry on and will become self-refueling and self-generating for hundreds of years, maybe thousands. Don't forget, you must pitch the old versus the old black male versus the young black male. The young black male against the old black male. You must use the dark-skinned slaves versus the light-skinned slaves, and the light-skinned slaves versus the dark-skinned slaves. You must use the female versus the male, and the male versus the female. You must also have white servants and overseers.
Does that not sound like that feminism? Trying to split the black man and the black woman.
Slaves. I guarantee every mention is derived from his last name. Greetings, gentlemen. These kids are your keys to control them. Use them. Have your wives and children use them. Never miss an opportunity. If used intensely for 1 year, the slaves themselves will remain perpetually distrustful. Thank you, gentlemen.
Take the female and run a series of tests on her to see if she...
Okay. I think I done hit y'all with enough slave stuff for today. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, let me close that out. All right. All right, family. Y'all, anybody want that link? I put that link in here again. Drop that link in the chat again. Yeah, that would have link. Yeah, you can find that letter. You can find that letter online. There go that link to that. All right. I'm gonna try to get it uploaded. Make sure you ain't forgetting nothing. But yeah, that's what it is, a modern day lynching and stinking lynching. We ain't got no friends, family. The Bible said the Most High was going to get us out of this captivity. He put us in it, and he going to get us out of it. So, yeah, I used to believe them old lies about stinking Lincoln. No, y'all, now that y'all know who the real Lincoln is. Okay, yeah, let me show y'all this while I was thinking. Okay, hold on. And then I'm going to let y'all go. I want y'all to notice these Roman fascists. The fourth beast of Rome. These bundle of rods showing you that Rome got authority in America. Trying to get, let me see them fascists. Hold on. Yeah, let me show my screen again. Yeah, the Most High said he gonna get us out. The scripts are just like a big old clock. That's why I'm confident if I got to die, so what? So what? Now, if Rome is dead, what is this doing over here? See that right there? Look, what is look? That's Rome's symbol of authority. That's what that is. Let me show y'all the definition. Well, never mind. The Bible, the book of Daniel said it was going to be 4 beasts. The book of the prophet Ezra, them books they took out, said it was 4 beasts. It's parallel in the book of Daniel. Rome. They're telling you Rome rulership. You got a Roman-style government. You got Roman Catholics over here that created the slavery that we, you know, they working together with these crypto short hats. Look, on your money. Lincoln was a lawyer. Lincoln was a lawyer, right? Lincoln was a lawyer. Yeah, he was a lawyer. Okay, now. Now, why is your courtroom got Latin legal terms on there, huh? Latin is the language of the Romans. All this stuff. Look, alibi. That's Latin stuff. The language of the Romans. Why didn't he put together a law instead of talking about he free him? Why he didn't get nothing illegal? Why he didn't come up with a legal document? Huh? I'm just showing you the Roman rulership still here. Rome, Egypt, take your pick. Egypt is synonymous with the word bondage. All you gotta do is read the book of Psalm. Out of the house of bondage, Egypt. Read your Bible. But look, the language of the heathens. They're all on your money. They're all up in the courtroom. Yeah. Working together with them small hats. I just want y'all to see that. There go that link. Brother Josiah put a link in the chat. That's that Willie Lynch letter. He just dropped it in the chat. Y'all want to read it. I just want y'all to see that. Let me show y'all that Roman fastest. Where is it at? The Roman fastest in Congress. And you wonder why you can't get no justice over here. Let me go back a couple. I just showed y'all the fastest at the Lincoln Memorial. Look, a bundle of rods bound together around the axe with the blade projected, carried before ancient Roman magistrate. What they call him? They call him magistrate today as an emblem of authority. You got a Roman-style government. You're living by a Roman calendar. Yeah. The planets are named after Roman gods. I'm just showing y'all the Bible real. The Bible real. Okay. This Rome, the 4th beast in Daniel. But anyway, I done carried on enough. I done did several lessons on that. Any questions? Any questions? Now, I wasn't yelling at y'all. I just, y'all know how I talk. Shoot. Y'all know how I get. I wasn't fussing at y'all. Yeah, let me play this song, Nationality. See, these folks don't get to kidnap us, steal and then tell us what we are. See, African American. Let me show y'all. All these are new terms. All right. All these are new terms. Jamaicans and African Americans. Those are new words. Caribbeans. All those are new words, family. What were we before? We don't. The Bible tells us. But anyway, y'all can check that link out in the video. But what's your nationality?
Roski making hits.
Listen, we are the people of the book. We are the Israelites of this Bible.
Dear Mr. African American around the world, this for the so-called black man. Hey, look, let me holler at you one time, pose a few questions, put something on your mind. Dig though, what's your nationality? Huh? Dig. Where your people from? Huh? Look, tell me, where your land at? Do you know, or do you go by what they telling us? For the longest we've been lied to. Instead of finding truth, it's our idols we confide to. Horoscopes and palm readers, talking to the psychics who conjure up evil spirits to tell you what you're supposed to do. So what's your nationality? Huh? Where your people from? Black man, tell me, where your land at? Do you know, or do you go by what they telling us? What's your nationality? Huh? Where your people from? Tell me, where your land at? Do you know, or do you go by what they telling us? You ain't African, you Israel. Wake up, don't let them tell you nothing different. You was born spiritual, born into a covenant. Yeah, you got inheritance. Yes, you got a land. It's Jerusalem. They knowing this, so they keep it hidden from you. But our God is showing this. Israel's the only people that he know. He told us this. The Bible is your history, black man. Whether you Mexican, American, or German, Israelite is your bloodline of Abraham's seed. From the loins of Jacob, the Holy Spirit is your breed. Yes, you've chosen to go feed the rest of the sons of Adam. Yes, this holy bread of life indeed. I know it's hard to fathom, but it's true. Just go and read. Forget what you've been taught by these blind leaders who let greed got their thoughts. It's all about the money. Ain't no truth in they walk. All they teach is deceptions. Ain't no light when they talk. So dig. What's your nationality? Huh? Where your people from? Black man, tell me, where your land at? Do you know, or do you go by what they telling us? What's your nationality? Huh? Where your people from? Tell me, where your land at? Do you know, or do you go by what they telling us?
And we entered into a covenant with the God of this world. And we were named after the God of this world. That's why we called Israelites. He changed our forefather's name, Jacob, from Jacob to Israel. And thus 12 boys were born unto Jacob, one to Israel. Thus we are called the Israelites.